Okay, I'll just talk through some of this work here. I'll just move that out of the way. In this section, it's sort of saying that you can use your calculator if you want to get an answer. This bit here is about pointing out that we've got a right angle triangle. There's the hypotenuse. That one's going to be the opposite. So then we're going to use sine, and we're just going to put sine x equals opposite over hypotenuse into our calculator. And remember, if you're wanting to work out the angle, you've got to press shift sign, and then that should come out as an answer of 30. Obviously, as an extension, this could come out in your final exam, is that this question could be asked in the same way in a non-calculator paper, and you'd have to be able to show it. Now, this will need to be confident with your surds and exact values, as I've said, and we'll cover a little bit of this next week, a bit more in exact values, and we'll look at the trig graphs before finishing this section off next week. So that's what all these questions are about. But obviously, if you're struggling with this in the surds, just put them in your calculator. Just when you're putting this in your calculator, you will need to put brackets around it in order to input it correctly if you're using the calculator. In this one, remember that we have got that we have to work out x, but you may have to work out other values first of all. If that's 45, remember that this is also 45, which sets up a certain type of triangle, so that's a little help for that one. Okay, and then as you move on, if I just get to the next slide, this question again is a mixture of Pythagoras and trig. So your aim is to work out this x value. Now again, if you're rounding, because this says to 2 decimal places, when you're working through it, you should work to about 3 decimal places at least, or if you can't keep it as surds, keep it as surds. Once we get into our 3D example, then what you may need to do is, it might be worth getting a box, a cardboard box from your recycling, and it might actually help you be able to visualize this. Some people can see this no problem, and those that do gaming will probably see it a lot easier than those that don't. So a couple of things is to realize is that this 4 centimeters is going to be the same as this 4 centimeters line here. 7 centimeters here is going to be the same as this 7 centimeters because it's a cuboid. This height of 6 is going to be the same as D to H and C to G. Now, when it's talking about the length of B to D, that's going from this corner diagonally across. Now, basically, in your final exam, this would be probably up to the level 8, level 9 sort of standard, but chances are they wouldn't ask you to work out part A. It'll probably just go straight to work out the angle, but you've got to realise that you're going to have to split it. So I'll just go through the animation that's in the PowerPoint anyway. They've drawn in the line, and then you can create a right angle triangle. Now that triangle is going to end up being 7 and 4 because that 4 matches up. So you just draw them out separately. It just makes your working a lot easier. Trying to work on the diagram is a bit harder, so just redraw triangles. And now we've got a Pythagoras question, so we can work it out, and then that's where it comes out as root 65. Now, you should keep it as root 65. It'll just be able to work out the angle more accurately. If we then go on to the second bit, we're trying to work out the angle between BH and the base. So the BH is the diagonal. This is, again, if you've got your cardboard box, it's going from one corner to the other corner down the diagonal. So again, this time we've got DH has to be the height 6 centimeters. So again, draw that triangle out separately, and then you can work out using SOHCAHTOA. And again, it comes out as 36.7. What I've then done is set of questions. Please take your time going through this. I was expecting a lot of people to probably struggle with this, so please just make sure that you are asking. And obviously I've put the answers at the end of these slides. Once you get to the extension, obviously you don't need to be doing this. When you're submitting this, you don't need to submit any pictures with your work. You can if you want me to see your work, but you don't need to submit anything, just click hand in. Okay.